Welcome back. So here I am in the Team Infused Players Corner. They had a surprising loss last week, but they've had a week to practice, get their tactics in place. And do you know what? I'm Still a Daddy summed it up perfectly with this quote.
Well, I thought the guy is going to have a strategy for me, but he plays the same thing all the time. Grab, grab, grab. So I kind of being a bit dumb, to be honest, but well played to him either way. And I just salty with the way I played, innit?
There you go. What a legend he is. The Team Infused lads will be hoping to get that win today. And we might see some salty play, we might not. But two lads who are definitely not salty are Damascus and Tyrant, who are right down there, just in the casting commentary area.
Well, we're there. I thought you were going to play, Tom.
Yeah, Tom was about to step up and... I'm
a bit disappointed. I expected like a signing to Team Infused, but not happening yet. We're going to get ISDD against Hurricane. Are you hyped for this one, Tyrant?
This one is such a good match to start off with. These guys, known for their explosive play. You know, this is not going to be for the faint of heart. These guys are going to be going all out here.
I think these two know each other, obviously. Two players, well-known players from London. ISDD against Hurricane. Most likely going to be a good old Guile against Cammy.
Oh, of course, the classic one, yeah. I mean, these guys, they play often in tournament, often an online play as well. You'll see them playing each other. So, yeah, they're going to be no stranger from each other. So they're going to have their tactics ready, I hope. You know,
I'm super ready for this set. I think honestly that's the best set to open with. Both teams right now are on 2 victories, 1 loss. Both teams are on 7 points right now, and you're gonna have ISDD against Hurricane. You can see the statistics slightly in Hurricane's favor, obviously. He got a couple more wins all along the league, last week especially when he just carried his team to victory. ISDD had, I mean, we've all watched it last week. We watched the interview, the bit of the...
Yeah, he wasn't happy with that one, that loss to...
He wasn't happy, but that's what usually fires him up.
Yeah, definitely makes him come back stronger, as we saw, you know, very, very strong placing for him at Evolution a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. As the guys mentioned earlier, one of the highest placing British players.
Yeah, so he was. I believe he was second highest after Afi.
Yeah, him and
Afi. He beat Snake Eyes.
Yeah, Snake Eyes, wow, that was a massive one.
That was a good run for him, and he's obviously coming back here all positive, you know, after all these good experiences in Vegas, in and out of the game, obviously.
Of course, living it up out
back
there.
from holidays to play here, and I'm really curious to see that first game because we know these two teams. We know these two teams have 3 very skilled players on both sides. It is so important to win the first game, to just get the momentum for your team, especially since what Efford and Logan were talking about earlier today. Afi against Infexious is going to be second.
Oh, wow.
That's a matchup you can see that was picked by Team Excel. They wanted Afi to face Infectious. So the first game will really determine, am I confident as the challenger in this one, or am I going to be in trouble if I lose?
Well, we're going to have to wait and see. I mean, I think, honestly, looking at the lineup, this has the potential to easily be the best match of the night. And we're starting off with it. So, what more of an explosive start do you want? You can see the players here getting ready. Obviously, your daddy, of course, pad player.
Yeah.
Both these guys, actually.
Both of the guys, actually. I mean, pad in Street Fighter 5 is a pretty common occurrence now.
It's a common thing now.
We don't see it as much in other fighting games, but in 5, I mean, we've seen plenty of, Knuckle Do winning Capcom Cup with pad. Plenty of high-ranked players playing pad now. I guess the playing field is even between stick and pad anyway.
For sure. I mean, so you've got guys like Punk, like you say, the young up-and-comers, these pad players.
And even better, Infectious, who used to play stick, now plays pad in Street Fighter 5.
Yeah.
So kind of goes on to show that, you know, whatever you want to play with, you can reach the high level. There is no one setup to get good.
Absolutely.
You know, can get whatever you want. And it looks like the players are already talking about matchup strategy. And obviously, you know what? In a 1-1, I mean, we know both players, but I feel like in a 1-1, Hurricane is the guy to be scared of.
Hurricane. Cammy, she rushes you down, the walk speed, so scary.
Yeah.
You know, the shimmy, you know.
Hurricane is a very dynamic kind of player anyway.
100%.
He's very active. And in a 1-1, if you don't get him off from you as soon as possible, you might just be dead to begin with.
Absolutely. I would definitely classify Hurricane as a rushdown specialist, if you will. Like, his momentum in the game, amazing. You know, once you put him on the back foot a bit, you know, you make him start defending, you put him in block stun, start throwing him, things like that. He can, you know, crumble sometimes there. But once the offense is in his court, you know, I can't think of a better player, to be honest. He's absolutely monstrous on the offense. Yeah,
I feel like this is going to be a very momentum-based matchup, especially when we know ISDD. He's quite little flow, may I say, in terms of the game. He's being frustrated in defense and just throwing out those EX flash kicks a bit too much at times, and it's going to be very important for him to just keep that defensive composure.
Absolutely agree, and that again, that puts the ball in Hurricane's court. This guy's an offensive monster, and he's going to know to bait out those flash kicks and get the optimal punish. So Here we go.
And the players are finally ready. We're going to have that Guile against Kami first, and let's get ready for the first match of the day. Team Infused against Excel Esports. What a first set we're opening with.
Wow.
And as you just said, it's going to be very important to see if ISDD will be able to resist that initiative from Hurricane.
Absolutely. Here we go. And I love this Kami costume, by the way. Let's go.
I see immediately Hurricane going in straight away and doing great defense from ISDD, just setting up that Sonic Boom game now.
Absolutely. That's what he's got to do. He's got to wait for the jumps, flash kick on reaction. Okay, Hurricane with the forward throw. This is not where ISDD wants to be in the corner.
Absolutely not ISDD trying, but Hurricane corners himself anyway.
I want to break from ISDD, and now look at this, all this space to work with. Just walk back, throw booms.
Absolutely, and a great one, preemptive EX cannon, spiral from Hurricane, who waits a bit and stops the time to react to that. Hurricane in control, misses that standing fierce, and a good opportunity for ISD to just come back in.
Good blocks here from ISDD. Oh wow, ready with that jump back roundhouse and the flash kick.
The reactions from that guy, he's so ready, and look at this, wraps the first round up, and
very nice.
Just like that, ISDD absolutely perfect on defense on this one.
Definitely, that was a perfect time. EX Sonic Boom. Okay, low forward here.
Takes the initiative straight away in the second round, like that, just showing Hurricane that he's not the only one who's going to be on the offense.
Yep, but no anti-air, but he gets that time with the flash kick. And I love how he's using that stand medium punch on block +3. Gets the frame advantage. Oh no.
Alright, under pressure now, and no V reversal to work with, no EX to work with. He's just winning, and another anti, and no jump allowed here. Hurricane able to confirm damage.
No, he made it out. Here we go.
That's gonna be the stun, I guess.
Yeah, he's gonna use it for the stun. He's not gonna be able to kill here, but he's gonna get big damage.
Good one from Hurricane, in control now. He gets the counter hit, no conversion there. Oh, and that's gonna be big damage from ISDD. Is he gonna be able to kill? No, not enough EX there. But he's still setting all of these Sonic Boom. Just go in.
Oh, Hurricane, he doesn't get the kill though.
Waiting for that one more hit for ISDD. Just dashes in, and Hurricane challenges that with the crouching medium punch.
Crouching medium punch.
Great composure from Hurricane, not cracking under pressure, not pressing too many buttons. That crouching medium punch to challenge at the right time saves the match points.
If Hurricane chose to press that button even a fraction of a second later, the game would have been ISDD's.
Absolutely, but Hurricane now on full critical art as well, taking the offensive and the bait finally from Hurricane. Look at the damage on Kami's critical art. Great adaptation from Hurricane there. Saw the flash kicks coming in, used the dive kick to just stay out of range.
Absolutely perfect. Used the short dive kick there just to stay out of range. Like you say, perfect combo there. Wow, that was really nice.
Great conversion. Hurricane, ISD using that. Whoa! When the air throw is there from Hurricane. Coming in, Vichuga time for him. He's gonna get a freeway in if he can. Oh no! EX flash kick!
Guys going all out. That's gonna be it for Hurricane. Wake up button saves the day.
Unfortunate for ISDD at the end. That wake up crouching jab saved Hurricane's life, and really gutsy from him, because right now at this position, man, you are at a very low life. You know that the one mistake you do, you're dead, and he's taking the risk of getting countered on wake up.
Exactly. He chose to do that wake up jab. You know, a lot less risk than the wake-up Dragon Punch, and it saved the day there. He got the counter hit confirmed into the stand strong, low forward combo. Great conversion from Hurricane.
A great one, and after a very great start from ISDD, I think the most interesting thing we've seen in this match is the way Hurricane adapted his game plan slowly but surely. We can see on the replays there, the first round was so good defensively speaking from ISD, then just installed that Sonic Boom game and everything, and you could see Hurricane slowly but surely checking him with buttons and especially baiting those anti-airs.
That wake-up crouching jab absolutely saved the day. 3-frame button.
What a statement from Hurricane, man. I love that first win. That was such a close one as well, but he just showed that he's not going to crumble under pressure.
And what do we say, guys? Explosive start or what? You know, it doesn't get much more hype than that to start off with.
Nothing better to say.
Going down to the wire like that? Jeez.
Yep. And up next, we're going to have Infectious.
Oh, man.
Sitting down against Afi. And the main thing right now is Hurricane just showed Infectious, listen man, you have some, margin of error now. I won, just go and have fun.
Exactly.
Great one. Afi now a bit under pressure. Although Afi, who got the MVP last week, you can see his stats obviously in his favor. Look at the amount of wins he had in this league. He consistently beat the bad matchups that were sent to him.
He does.
They sent Vizork on the first week to have Zangief. He won. They sent Brick last week. He won as well. Every single match, critical match that he had to face, he won. He showed that he was very much in it to save his team.
He has not, however, faced a Zangief on the level of this guy, the monster Infectious.
That's gonna be different, depending on who Infectious picks as well.
Infectious might just pick Necalli. His Necalli just as deadly as his Geef. I definitely feel like whoever he picks, he's going to have a good chance here.
Yeah, I mean, I would understand an Akali pick for one thing, which is it's a first to one. And maybe you want a character that's a bit more versatile than Zangief, because Zangief has the Zangief game plan, right? Nikali can be played however you want. Offensive, defensive, you can switch up. You can surprise your opponent with Nikali, and that might be the strategy he's on today. But we will see what does he have in stock for Afi's Laura.
I definitely agree, and I feel like Nikali is also the type of character that can control Laura a lot more than
as well, but it looks like he is settling for the muscle power.
For the big Russian man.
Flexing on the stage, and we're going to have the game 2 of that first set. Afi against Infectious after her game gave the first point of the set.
So let's see if the Zangief Slayer Afi can keep up the streak here against Infectious.
He's 100% against Gif so far.
He is, man.
In the Gfinity League.
That's what I'm saying.
He's been 100%. So we will see. Afi really serious, really confident as well, as he made the statement earlier. Let's see how he will take this match. And you can see something from Afi in this matchup is he likes using the sweep at max range, because there is nothing Zangief can do at the max range. At best, he can do crouching jab that does not do much unless he has V-trigger. So Afi is going to try to just catch Infectious toes this way.
But Infectious, absolutely one of the most patient players you will ever see. He's willing to wait it out and just approach slowly.
Okay, great one. Infectious just waiting, checking with the crouching jab, and a great forward pierce from Afi.
I love that.
Slow time. Afi taking the risk, no reaction on Infectious side, and stays in front, and a great block.
Okay, went for the throat, a little bit too early though. Oh, Larry, that's a punish.
Oh, what a punish from Afi. It's gonna be the stun, and Afi getting the first round after completely getting into Infectious heads.
Afi, this is one of the matchups. It's really bad for Laura, but he doesn't care. He's been practicing actually against this gentleman.
Well, you do know when you have a bad matchup, you tend to practice against it a bit more than other matchups.
Yeah, you do. You don't want to get caught in tournament by you know, someone who's the character that beats yours. So Afi definitely put in the homework here.
Absolutely, but now something Gif has is that critical art, which means anything -2 is punished straight away.
Anything -2, you know, forward fierce, you know, blocked elbow.
Yep.
Any of that.
Really limits Afi's possibilities now. He needs to really mind the risks he might take, and he's just waiting for the sweep now.
He is. Okay, gets the trade on the cross up there.
Good one. Activated trigger safety and gets the command grab.
And this is where she's so strong. Oh, he backs away that time. Back to neutral. I like that.
Very scared. You know Infectious is the kind of player who will wake up critical art, and Afi not willing to take that risk. Smart for him.
Yeah, very smart choice.
Still has a bit of V-trigger to work with. Afi waiting a bit. He might actually build the second V-trigger this round.
It's very possible with that 2-bar V-trigger. Gets the punish on the EX.
And he's now in the blender. First scoop for Infectious.
Oh, okay, delays the crouching medium punch. Interesting choice. Maybe just for a backdash or a jump attempt.
I mean, you do know players tend to be very active against Gif on Wake Up, so the delayed crouching medium punch is usually a great choice. Ooh, the crush counter a bit. Great one. Composure against from Infectious. Look at how long this round tracked on as well, and Infectious not showing any weakness in that.
Absolutely. Not letting that first round get to him. Stay strong. Now these two players back in the neutral here. Wow!
Uses the headbutt at max range. Really good one. And Afi finally getting the wrist. That is a really smart choice from Afi, getting damage in.
I love how these Laura players in the Gfinity League are saving that EX grab for the last round.
Absolutely. And another one! That's gonna be the stun. Afi out of EX. Can he kill
can't
that?
Kill, surely.
He cannot kill, but he gets another command grab, not killing yet. One more choice for Afi. Infectious still has V-trigger on, tries to flex. And Afi needs that one more hit. And the sweep with punishing that. What a game from Afi again.
Afi continues the Gif win streak. That's 3 now.
I think at this point, let me say something to every team out there. If you have a Gif, don't send him against Afi. Please don't, man.
Don't look at the matchups, please. This guy is so ready for the Zangief matchup. It's actually scary.
It's actually scary. When you know that every Laura player really fears that matchup, Afi just shows that his playstyle in there has been a great mix between being composed and waiting, and just taking that odd one risk, that EX command grab, that forward fierce.
So clean from him. Like, he's just so ready to take the risks when necessary.
Absolutely. Look at this. That was the second round when Infectious just waiting, getting that crush counter to finish that one.
Well, look at the clock there. You know,
look at the whiff punish. Perfect pacing from Afi. Just waiting slightly, far enough. Far enough for that standing fierce to whiff, and just like that, one button to press.
I feel like that's absolutely one of the keys to beating Zangief in Street Fighter 5 is waiting for those slow, very, very active, but a lot of recovery on the buttons from Zangief. You know, the stand fierce, the charge stand fierce especially.
The charge stand fierce especially is like...
whiff punish so easily.
It stays away for so long that if you are at the right range, you can virtually punish it with any button you have.
Anything you want. You know, you pick and mix buttons. You know, you can choose whatever you want from your arsenal.
And that was a good bait from Afi, just staying at the right position. He was just there because at this point, you know what GIF is about, right? He wants that Fierce to V-trigger to like massive damage to good luck, right? So when you know what your opponent is looking for, that's generally when you shine in this kind of matchup.
For sure.
All right.
So GIF is all about being mobile, evading his buttons, and you know, forcing him to make mistakes, just like we saw Afi do. He played it perfectly. You can't really take anything away from that way he played there. Great stuff from him. And we're going to move on to the next one now. It's going to be Shax up against Brian.
Probably going to see another Cammy against Rashid. And Brian, man, he's been playing so well in the Elite Series. I mean, since the beginning, right? We've been selling Team Excel as the team with Infectious and Hurricane because these two guys are very good and scary and everything. But Brian, every time he showed up, he just made work.
Great performance. I mean, I feel like two characters here in the Gfinity Elite Series have really been putting in work. It's hard to ignore. Rashid and Dalsin.
Yes.
I feel like these two characters have really been putting in work for their teams.
Absolutely. We can see that. I mean, this kind of unorthodox characters, right? Like Rashid, are so hard to take on in the first 2-1 as well. Rashid, like a very dynamic kind of character, moves a lot around. It's really hard to pin him down.
Very fast.
But on this matchup, though, Cammy has the mobility to counter Rashid. So this is one of the matchups where Rashid cannot just move freely around and he cannot just use his speed to beat the opponent. So I'm curious to see how Brian will adapt to that kind of opposition now.
Definitely. I'll be looking forward to seeing that one myself. Definitely. Like you say, Cammy as well. She's no slouch when it comes to the mobility. She's very fast on the ground and the air.
Round 1.
Definitely able to match Rashid in that aspect.
Definitely. Let's see what these two are about. Brian now just playing conservative. Obviously, great usage of the crouching Fierce and tries to anti-air. The trade in Shax's favor. Takes control.
Trade. Oh, opens him up. And Rashid, Brian looking to be stunned. Oh, V-reversal, smart choice to build back some of that stun bar.
Yeah, but
he didn't get cancel.
Drop from Shax, no cancel. He could have stunned them. And the shimmy.
See the shimmy.
The bait was late, and he immediately took it.
The fancy footwork from Shax.
Good movement from Shax there. Quick round as well from him. Gets the first round of Brian.
Okay, that's plus on block. You can't punish.
But Shax is gonna be able to punish that to the maximum, getting close to the stun again. The stun! Not gonna be able to kill with that, but that's gonna be a massively advantage.
And look at the life balance. This all came from one blocked EX spinning mixer, and Shax takes that. Shax just speed ran Street Fighter 5.
That was the proper speed run.
Did you see how fast that was?
That was a new speed run record.
New world record for that one, I think.
Absolutely, that was a quick one, and you could see that Brian at the end just completely lost in defense, just wanted to press buttons. You know what happens, right? When you're under pressure in this situation, you're just like, let's press something, let me get out of that, man. And that's exactly what was his end.
I think that's the optimal way to play Cammy. Make your opponent uncomfortable, force them to make mistakes. Look at that, that is just...
You dash in, everyone expects you to throw, you just backdash. And look at this, look at the defense. If he tried the V-trigger, but Rashid's V-trigger, very slow startup as well, which means if you press a button pretty much at the same time as his V-trigger, your button will always reach first.
100%. I mean, that was
a speed run, man.
That was a speed run. Like that was way too quick. I feel like we didn't even get time to talk about what happened.
Absolutely, but I mean that's the kind of matchup, man. When you play in a 1-to-1 situation, when you play against these kind of players, Shax, who are like very active players who likes to put you under pressure, it might be done really quick as well.
Shax as well taking advantage of the fact that Rashid has low HP. You know, you get a crush counter on Rashid, you're taking off so much damage, and like. Brian lost one of those rounds because he guessed wrong. He did wake up EX spinning mixer.
Yeah, that was the one risk he took. And I mean, I understand the risk, right? You're under pressure. You're being dominated. You're like, listen, I'm going to take this guy off my face. Unfortunately, Shax was ready for that one and punished it. And we're going to move to game 4 of the series right now. That's going to be Hurricane against Amsil Daddy again.
The run back?
The run back. After ISDD played so well on that first game and really could have taken it, but we've seen a live footage of just Hurricane adapting to the opponent, just changing his timings in terms of dive kicks, baiting those anti-airs. Let's see if ISDD caught on to that.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is actually a great situation for Amsterdam Daddy, because now, like you say, he's seen the baits on the flash kicks. He knows not to do them in those situations. So, and these guys play a lot. So like, ISDD can think like, okay, so he's doing the short dive kick today. I'm just gonna wait and block.
Yeah. That sounds like a legitimate strategy anyway. You know that he's going to bait that, and you know he's gonna get massive damage of that if you happen to mess up. Do you really want to give him that opportunity now?
But likewise for Hurricane, you know, he's seen that he's the tricks that I'm Still Daddy's doing as well.
Absolutely.
So it's going to go both ways here. Let's see if Hurricane can take the second game here over Still Daddy, or if Still Daddy can take it for his team here. Team Infused.
Important game from ISD, and you can see ISD now not empty in this position. Hurricane opening the hostilities now.
Wow, willing to use that V reversal so quickly.
Just waiting the footsie game now. Both of them trying to keep the opponent, but not many Vs are taken there. Oh! Guess the flash kick after a little drop on the dive kick.
I think yeah, definitely a mistimed dive kick. Saw the jump early short. Wow.
You can see that he's preemptively throwing those standing fears out, and great anti-air trade there.
Yeah.
Trying to shimmy ISDD, not biting. Pressure is there. ISDD just trying to keep calm there. Oh!
Not dead, I don't believe.
It's a good conversion, and yes, it is dead. That DP, the V-trigger DP gets that nice damage buff.
It does.
Allowing you to just grab this kind of round. Hurricane on the first round, really dominant right now.
Yep, in V-trigger. Did you see him block there? He did not fall for the flash kick.
Does not want to get caught by the same antics now. But still under pressure, no anti-air from Hurricane. Them waiting Hurricane.
Ooh,
even under pressure, and this standing fears.
The buffer.
Getting so much mileage off that so far. Time for the boom game.
I love the patience from Hurricane. That was so nice.
Oh no, a bit too far to punish.
Two flash kicks. Okay.
Bit of a lucky throw from ISD now.
Definitely a
lucky
throw.
Oh!
There we go.
Back on the anti-air game for ISD, and Hurricane activating V-trigger row. He just wants that one hit. You know what? Now if jump back happens, you might just get destroyed right now.
Yeah, and it would combo with the super as well.
Yeah, completely limiting his defensive options. Smart choice, but unable to get anything from that.
Forward throw.
Both of them waiting. Obviously, ISD does not want to overcommit. I mean, Hurricane is buffering the super. You can see this little bit of crouching movement, waiting for that to come.
You know he's buffering it right now, and he's looking for one sonic boom, and he's gonna let off that critical art.
One more hit needed for him, but ISD just holds on, still has the life lead now, not overcommitting anything, still throwing a few sonic booms. Big risks there.
Massive risks. Every one of these sonic booms risks. Flash kick combo.
Another drop dive kick from Hurricane. Not on point with the dive kicks in this sense.
Drop in the dive kicks, and that is absolutely critical right now for Still Daddy. Okay, gets the combo.
Gets that one, and Hurricane still on full critical art as well. Still waiting, good control from ISDB now. Waiting, no anti-air. This French is a bit scared of these dive kicks now.
It's like Hurricane is getting some execution errors on these dive kicks.
Absolutely. Oh, trying to get the jump back, but a bit too far. Waiting, gets that. Oh, not sure what that conversion was about, but still that's gonna be massive damage from Hurricane. Look at what he gets. If this dead, that's gonna be big damage. Is the damage rate is gonna be able to save ISDD there? Not enough. 1 pixel of life for ISDD now. Oh, a bit too far to hit.
Flash kick.
He gets that. ISDD now trying to get that one more opening hit.
Oh, he goes behind.
Hustle from Hurricane now. Waiting for that one. No anti-air from ISDD. Again, same thing at the first game. Such a great composure from Hurricane. In these critical moments, you could see how shook ISDD was. He did not want to press a single button, and that's where Hurricane was like, you know what? Not pressing anything? Let me throw you, man.
Absolutely. It's a great play. I'm sure he was looking for maybe a jump or an opportunity to use a flash kick there, but what a game. Again, every time these two play, it's so explosive. There we go.
You could see that first game wrapped up with the V-trigger. Second game a bit more conservative, and you could see Hurricane, the critical drop there.
That was the drop dive kick that's been costing him.
Absolutely.
And there we go, the throw.
You know what, if there is something, I mean, I've been playing against everything Hurricane for a while now, and there is something I love about this guy. It's his ability to like adapt to you in real time. It's the way that's like, from an external point of view, you might think that he's literally just like pressing buttons and putting you under pressure. But just looking a bit deeper into that, you can see that he's just looking to catch your bad habits. At the first game, he saw that ISD would go for those flash kicks all the time and end up baiting that. And this one, he could see that ISD decided, you know what, I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to give him the opportunity to punish me. And that's where the throw comes. Great awareness from him.
Really great awareness. And for those of you that might not have played a lot of Street Fighter 5 or you're not aware, you saw Cammy use the V reversal to get out the corner. It hit I'm Still Daddy, but it did not cause the KO. V reversals cannot kill in Street Fighter 5. You cannot get the KO with a V reversal.
Just a getaway mechanic.
It's a getaway mechanic, yeah.
Just like, give me some room, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Stop being on pressure. And now we're going to move to the final game, which is another run back. Afi is the Dangif Slayer against Infectious. Now the real question is...
exactly. I
is
know
Infectious going to stick with Gif? Or is he going to pick Nikali?
Hey, this is the big question.
Really curious to see.
I mean, Afi looked so ready for Zangief that I would be surprised if he went to Gif.
I mean, listen, I won't understand Gif pick anyway, because if you just look at that first game again, you can see that the way Afi won was taking the right risks, because that's how you win the matchup as Laura. You need to take a risk, and the risk needs to pay off. You cannot just play that game safe and play the ground game and everything. You need to take the risk. Infectious probably thinking, you know what, I mean, he took the risk. What happened? I happened to not react to them. Let me just go and play more solid. So
exactly.
As Effort raised earlier today, Infectious is a very stubborn kind of player. As his strategy, he's going to apply his strategy until the end, and he's going to die with his strategy if needed. Let's see how this goes for the final game.
Absolutely correct. And he does. He goes with Zangief, and he's just looking to slow the pace of the game down. You're not going to see any Kami-style rush down here. You're just going to be seeing the slow-paced grappler gameplay from Zangief.
Absolutely. He's just waiting, just trying to bait.
He's willing to just get a jab punish on that hard kick every time. That's all he wants. He doesn't want anything else.
He has time. We have 99 seconds in a round, man. Take your time.
Exactly.
Get the jabs in.
The complete opposite of the Brian versus Shaq game we saw earlier, which was over in about 10 seconds.
That was over already. The game was
finished
by this time. Afi trying to get it. Oh, and the wrist paid over a bit too far, and it's time for the first scoop for Infectious now. Gets the throw. Right, Afi not pressing any button. Really conservative there. Activates V-trigger. Waiting. Oh, trying to punish the neutral jump, but that was a bad timing from Afi. Infectious now unable to convert that, and a great challenge on the V-skill. Still not able to.
The backdash! Are you kidding me? The backdash and then the SPD?
That is a massive risk for that, because we haven't seen Afi command grabbing that much, and he still decided to escape that command grab. Great one from Infectious now, on match point for his team. And
what? Are you kidding me?
What a reaction from Infectious. Able to react to that yellow flash with a crouching jab.
How could he be that ready? Infectious, you monster. Okay.
Just waiting now. Infectious flexing a bit, waiting for Afi to take the risk.
Again?
And look at this so small. Listen, how much is scratch jab? Like 30
damage?
Yeah, out of 1,000 for Laura. That's going to take about an hour to kill her like this. But he doesn't mind. He's going to go for that. He has time.
Infectious, the scientist, willing to wait it out. Okay, command grab now. Afi finds his opening.
He's looking, trying to fish for a crush counter. Oh, good one. A bit too far for the jab to connect. Great awareness from Afi. Now getting that command grab again. But I'm waiting. Great one from Infectious. So calm and composed, man.
Wow, just one of these jabs could convert into V-trigger. Yep. You know, those little jabs that have been adding up over time.
Oh,
no kid! No! Are you kidding?
Just waiting, going in. He still has super. Afi just getting away. He does not want to stay with the critical art activated there. Infectious trying to get Michigan gets the jump in. Unfortunate.
That's it!
That's gonna be
super! And Infectious is gonna take it.
Stomped into the ground and Afi out. What a defensive play style from Infectious in this game.
Listen, he was just willing to get a jab every time. 30 damage here, 30 damage there. But at the end of the game, when it mattered, Infectious really brought that big damage, man.
That's one of the things Infectious, right? He's gonna be patient. He's just gonna annoy you, but like, yeah, I don't mind, man. Let me just tickle you slowly but surely, and then eventually you just get that 50%. Just getting that 50% damage of that one opening. A bit unfortunate of an ending still, as Afi got the right jump against V-trigger, but somehow landed on the exact moment this would trade against his jumping.
Sometimes that's the luck of the draw. Sometimes, you know, in these situations against Zangief, he activates V-trigger. It can hit on a jump in, but it's very rare that occurs. But unfortunately for Afi, we saw it happen there. But let's check out the replays here. The backdash
there was the awareness from the guy. He's like, you know what, I'm not going to give you any chance to finish me. And look at that ending with a super. You know, I love that because you keep the character in the ground. Like, she just
stays there.
He's like, you know what, man, like, get out.
There's a Laura tree just sticking out the floor.
Well, if there's anything, Infectious just banished the Zangief demon. That's going to put all of the Zangief players in confidence right now.
Well, until about 5 minutes ago, Afi was on 100% wins against Zangief. But
not anymore.
just cut that off right there and then, like you say.
Great one, man. I'm just as usual, I'm looking at Tom because I'm out of breath right now. But Tom, how do you feel?
What do you think?
How do I feel after watching a fantastic match that goes to the wire 3-2? I feel very good. I feel like that's a great way to start week 4 of the Elite Series. Thank you very much, Damascus, Tyron. Gentlemen, Logan, F-Word, what do we chat about there? Where do we start in such an amazing matchup? We had the I'm Still the Daddy taking on Hurricane twice. You had Afi taking on Infectious, and came down to Infectious winning it for Excel.
I think that was a really interesting example of how the matchup system works, because obviously Team Excel were confident in their picks with Hurricane against I'm Still the Daddy. And obviously they put Infectious forwards thinking that he couldn't be counterpicked. Obviously we saw that didn't work out in the first match, but Infectious with that really solid play style. Like you said, verging on stubborn, but very confident in his strategy and tactics, and he pulled it out there in a really close opening.
It's justifiably stubborn because he knows what he's doing. You know?
Yeah.
And if he feels like his strategy is going to work, and it doesn't work, it's just because it just didn't work. But it's still the right strategy as far as he's concerned, so why change it? And you saw there with him sticking with Zangief on that second time round.
I know, and I'm Still the Daddy, another 2 losses this week now. And then Shax, I mean, has someone told him that you don't have to complete the match within the first 30 seconds? Has someone told him that? Or is he trying to get extra points? I mean, but the point where the coin toss came, Excel obviously won that. They put Infused in to play first. How did we see that matchup 5 going? If it came down to the wire, which it did, obviously the home team gets to choose first and then the away team match that. So they knew how they had a strategy to play Infectious a few more times. But maybe on this sort of look-in, maybe Shaq should have played another game there, maybe.
It's a good shout. I mean, for me, the coin toss is a massive part of what makes the matchups so, can be so advantageous for one team in this setup. It's a very exciting part of the Gfinity Series, and it's very unique to the Elite Series as well. As soon as Excel won that coin toss, they were in a very good position. But when Afi beat Infectious, it turned things around a little. But like you said, with them running it back, I think if there's one person, not even just one person, any top player, Luffy, Tokido, Infectious, Justin Wong, these really high-level players, the last thing you want to do, as you know, Logan, is beat them and then have to play them again in 5 minutes. Because they're so good at figuring out why they lost.
I want this audience to get excited because we're about to welcome Infectious down. So let's give them a big applause and welcome Infectious down. Welcome, buddy. Come and take a seat with us. Come and join the panel. First question. You must be feeling pretty good after that. It went to match 5, and how did you pull that out of the bag?
Oh, it was maybe a test of composure again. That's what we were just talking about before. I knew that this match was going to be good and go down to the wire anyway because both teams are so strong. And it was really just testing myself to stick to my game plan and believe that I could do it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a fantastic performance. I mean, let's talk about the first matchup with Afi. Were you sussing him out, maybe? You knew this might go to that fifth decider, therefore you were seeing what sort of tactics? Because you didn't let him get as close to you to grapple you in any way in that second matchup.
Yeah, it's one of those games where Laura and Zangief have very similar game plans. They want to be close and they want to be threatening with their command grabs. But Geef can keep her out a little bit safer than she can keep him out. So it's about Laura trying to steal her way in and find tricky ways of getting close to Zangief and catching him off guard. And he managed to do that very well in the first game. But thankfully, I was able to stop a lot of that stuff the second time around, and that's what really was the decider.
I mean, we can watch back some of the highlights of that. Talk us through that then. This is the last one.
This is the
second matchup, yeah.
Yeah, again, you see me backdashing, trying to stay out of any sort of scramble range and check when Laura comes forward. It's just a case, there's a moment where Laura can come forward, steal a turn, get in there and do a bit of damage. And it's just me trying to limit those situations.
He was having a good round here.
Yeah.
So what impressed me was at no point did you take to the air. You just didn't, even though Laura has a bit of a hard time, you won by taking to the air in the end, but for this whole period where he's having a good round, you don't take to the air. Why is that? How dare you take to the air?
The rare time, yeah, because I had my V trigger and like in the final round I had my super. The times when I took to the air was when, if it hit, I'd have a big reward.
Huge reward for it.
And not taking to the air means that you're not going to get hit out of the air and put into a mix-up by Laura as frequently as you would if you rely too much on jumping. So that was part of my thinking.
One of the differences that I noticed in the first match to the second match, in terms of his footsie tools, he was using the sweep, which obviously is a good tool for Laura to use against Gif at max range, because you don't get much of a punish, a little light punch, not really anything to put her off. But then he was using the EX command grab really well in that first match. The second match, however, you were a little bit more ready for it. We saw a couple of backdashes. We saw you not really trying to challenge too much in the neutral and wait and be patient, because, and we see that in your Nakali play as well, you're happy to just react to the dash, react to the jump, and win with maybe 10 seconds left on the clock, rather than Shaxx that won with 95 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, Shaxx has got to be home at 9 p.m. tonight.
Yeah, there's a curfew, I believe, as well. Just asking about anyone who's new to Street Fighter, how much are you looking at the bars down at the bottom with the V trigger and the critical R? How much are you looking at how much Afi has? Because you know what he's capable of with Laura. Does that cross your mind? Are you just a split second, nanosecond?
It's very important. It's like it's peripherals, so you're looking at the characters, but you're also looking at which bars are flashing, how many, whether they've got a full V gauge, or the red gauge, or whether they've got a full super bar. Because once they have a full V gauge, they've got access to more damage, and they're a lot more scary. So yeah, you're paying attention to everything all at once while trying to hit your combos as well.
Based on the resources that you have, it completely changes the risk-reward and therefore your decision-making, because, you know, you could essentially lose a round for getting hit once, or you could get into a situation where you take the throw and you reset to a spacing where you can play again and you're still alive. So what resources you have really affect your decision-making. It is very important.
Well, it was a great matchup. Congratulations for Excel for getting the winner, and for yourself, Infectious. What we're going to do right now is throw up to Yasmin, who's in the VIP area. Yes, at the Gfinity Arena, we have a VIP area. You should come on down.
Can
Yasmin?
I get in there?
Hello, I am up in the VIP area, and as you can see here, it's real silk. No, it's not really, it's not really. Afi, my dabbing mate. Don't blame me and my dab for that, though.
Yeah, you brought me bad luck, you did.
Now, those matches, especially the last one between you and Infectious, it was nail-biting, very, very intense. How did you feel against that? First time you've lost opposing to Zangief. So how do you feel?
I feel quite disappointed. Obviously, I would. But the first game, I had the right tactic. The second game, I still feel like I had the right tactic. It just, I think a few things were unfortunate. So in the last round, I kind of read that he would do the V trigger and it sucked me in. I jumped and it traded. And then when I traded, he got a jump in and I tried to anti-air, and then that's how I lost the round. It's one game. It's really difficult to adapt on the fly, and to be honest, I felt like I was a bit unfortunate. My read just didn't work out there.
So as a team, yourself with I'm the Daddy as well, I feel like you've gotten a lot more confidence. So going forward now in this Elite Series, we're at week 4. What is it? What do you have to do now to kind of get that win?
To be honest, I feel like we started well. We got 2 wins, and then these last 2 weeks, we've got 3 2s really nail-biting. They're really strong teams. All we can do is move forward, is prepare better. So I feel like we're also unfortunate with the coin toss. So we lost the coin toss 2 weeks in a row, and I feel like that gave us a huge disadvantage. Even though with the coin toss, we still we lost, but it was 3-2. We were able to salvage a point. So I can't take anything away from my team members. We played really well. We just need to prepare for the next team, and that's the only thing we can really move forward doing.
All right, okay. And we'll continue the dabs, though. All right? Back to you, Tom.
Thank you very much, Yasmin. No more dabs, and it did look like silk on that table. Right then, we're going to have a quick break right now in week 4 of the Elite Series. Where we come back, we will have Prophecy versus Method.